I'm the coordinator of the project Carcavelos wine. Since 2006, we are producing Carcavelos for recovering the heritage of this wine and region. We have historical records from the 15th century. It gained its importance in the 18th century with the Marquês de Pombal.
I
This is
see.
the palace of Marquês de Pombal. This is a plot of the 13 hectares of vineyards that we have in this farm. We have only 25 hectares of vineyards in the entire region. We are allowed to plant more. We still have more or less 200 hectares in Oeiras municipality and 200 hectares in Cascais municipality can allow us to plant vineyards. So we have an expectation of growing the vineyards for the next years. This is the oldest vineyard in the region. We have probably the oldest plants in the entire region. This is from 1983 and the plants came from the other farm. They picked the plants and planted here. So we don't know for sure the age of the first plants.
The vines itself, okay.
The vines in himself.
Very close to the ocean, I see, 1.5 kilometers from the, so very prime land.
Sandy chalk soils. We are in the Lisbon Peninsula, volcanic soils,
Okay.
basals and granites.
Right.
And in the middle of those, from the bottom of the ocean came this sandy clay soil, and with gently slopes towards south and southwest. Every day, starting 9:30,
Yeah.
start to blow wind from Sintra and washes the vineyards from the mist from the ocean. 11 p.m. or midnight start to come inland, breeze from the ocean. This is a daily ritual, and this is a marriage with the soil, with the varieties, and with the ocean. And this is quite important for the moisture in the vineyards, keep the good level of water in the vineyard, also bring some minerals from the ocean, and you are going to see that in the wines. We have mainly white varieties, Arinto, Galego Dourado and Ratinho. And for the red we have Castelão. These are the recommended varieties, and we have allowed varieties also. But those 4 varieties are the most important for the fortified wine. We make white fortified wine, also red fortified wine.
In the US, right now you have 15-year-old.
We have only white wine,
Yeah.
a 15-year-old, and last December we shipped a 12-year-old.
12-year-old.
Only with Portuguese oak. It's quite different from the blend we make with the French oak.
French oak, okay.
We start making the maturation analysis in first week of August. Usually the harvest for the middle of September. We don't make over maturation. We pick right in the top of sugar and water in the grape. They are quite acidic and fresh wines, and that's quite important for this fortified wine.
So you do make table wines also?
Yeah,
Okay.
we make also some
Okay.
for regional, local. I believe that's a part of our business. If we are recovering this heritage, not only the white, the fortified wine, but also the historical landscape, the vineyard landscape,
Right.
and the cultural heritage. We believe that we should make everything that a
Used to
wine
exist.
region do. In Portugal, you have also in Port region, you have table wine, you have aguardente, a cognac,
Yeah.
you have a grappa, you have everything.
Everything, yeah.
So we make that also. This year probably we are able to make the first distillery in Lourinhã area. We have a partnership with one of those distilleries. It's the best in Portugal. Inox containers for fermentation of the wine, the whites. Over there we have in the barrel some experiments going on. We have table wines with wood fermentation, French oak. It's Arinto and Galego Dourado, the 2 main varieties for whites. And we have 2014, 15, 16, and we are going to put this year in the wood. We are waiting for a long period of aging in wood with no added alcohol, table wine, with
Okay.
13 degrees more or less. 5 years.
6 years now, yeah.
It's not
Unfiltered, they're
yet.
not filtered either, yeah.
And they are amazing.
What we're looking here is 2014, 2015, 16 and 19. 19 is not in the barrel yet. So it's a barrel experiment for aging white wines, mostly Arinto
Tinto and Galego Dourado.
They're all aged in French oak barrels. It's an experiment this municipality is doing to figure out how the wine matures. Most of these grapes they're doing is making fortified wines, but in this particular case, it's not fortified. And just to see the behavior of interaction between the wood and the grapes,
That can show us the potential of the terroir.
because that has a huge influence. Prevailing winds back and forth every night.
And you can sense the acidity and the saltiness of the wine. That also, but with the complexity of the wood.
These are 2 barrels. The other 2 barrels are essentially on a boat. They left on 4th of January. It will arrive back next year, 5th of January, but they're going to, right now they're in Rio, in Brazil, but they're going to go to Tokyo, and then they're going to come
To
back.
the Olympic Games. This ship, it will be the Portuguese house in the Olympic Games.
These 2, they're 2 barrels. The sister barrels are sitting on the ship, and they're going to come back
And these 2 are the testimonies. They stay in the cellar.
in Carcavelos,
and
cellar.
to compare the both wines. This is one of the aging areas. Here we have 600. The other cellar we have another 600. We are going to finish to stop in 1,500, and we use half barrels of 225 liters. Limousin oak. This is a Portuguese tonneau. The guy that makes the barrels is only Portuguese with coopers. We bought these ones in 2009, new, and we use Portuguese, French oak, Limousin and Allier. We have some Allier. We have also Portuguese oak and chestnut, Portuguese chestnut, with 2 different intensities of
Toasting levels.
Toasting levels, medium and hard toast. It's exactly the same wine.
Yeah.
It's the 2007 harvest. We put it in the wood in 2009. We taste it 1 week after, 1 month after, 3 months after, 6 months after, and I still have a liver. And nowadays they are quite mature. They evolve in quite different characters from.
So you have 4 different wines, 2 different oaks, 2 different toasting levels, so that makes it 4.
It's a Carcavelos wine.
Carcavelos.
You can sense the freshness, the acidity, the saltiness, the drier. You can see also the influence of the barrel. They are quite different from Portuguese, from French oak.
So 2009, so that's 10 years old, yeah.
We use some of these barrels to make some blends, and we release 3 of each barrel. And we put the spirit in last May. We start aging study of spirit in 10-year Carcavelos, 4 different kind of woods. 1 month after we put the spirit, the extraction from the wood, it was fantastic. We are expecting to make some very good Carcavelos.
I'm sure. Thank you for making me part of this great experiment that you guys are doing. Not only protecting the heritage, but also pushing the limit and kind of figuring out what the possibilities are.